Korean cinema, until very recently, has been the little brother, the underdog of international filmmaking. Typically seen as niche, genre pieces, the industry hasn't received the attention it deserved until an unexpected hit topped the film list at the 2020 Oscars in Hollywood. As of late, South Korean movies have begun to emerge as masterfully written, brilliantly acted, and perfectly shot to present compelling stories and gripping performances. We've sat down and watched the best that this burgeoning film industry has to offer, just to bring you your top 10 list of must-see Korean movies. Number 10. The Wailing. In 2016, famous South Korean director Na Hong-Jin stunned international audiences with his demented occult horror fest, The Wailing. Set in a rural Korean town, the story centers around a bumbling cop named Jong-Gu, played by Kwak Do-won, and his investigation of several strange murders where the killers appear to be possessed by a demon spirit. The movie is a slow burn, ignoring the tenets and tropes of a traditional horror movie like jump scares and cheap shocks. Instead, the movie's slow pace is held till the very end, when it descends into a frenetic, gory, yet mind-blowing conclusion. Number 9. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. Part 1 in a series of 3 movies named The Vengeance Trilogy, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance was a hugely successful film directed by South Korean filmmaker Park Chan-wook. The story follows a young, deaf, and mute man trying to earn enough money for his sister's kidney transplant by kidnapping the daughter of a wealthy man for ransom. Plans spiral out of control and the grisly body count begins to rise. Number 8. I Saw the Devil. One thing Korean films are renowned for is their unflinching depiction of macabre and gory violence. This 2008 slash fest, directed by Kim Ji-woon and written by Park Hoong-jung, descends into a blood-filled epic tale of revenge, serial murder, and voyeurism. Starring Min Sik as the psychopathic bus-driving serial killer named Jang Kyung-chul and NIS agent Kim Soo-hyun, played by Byung-hun, the movie was initially not approved for release due to its graphically violent content. 7 cuts were ordered to finally greenlight the finished film. Number 7. The Chaser. Na Hong-Jin made his directorial debut in 2008 with the action thriller film named The Chaser, inspired by the real-life serial killer Yoo Young-chul. The story follows Jun-ho, played by Kim Yong-seok, a former detective now turned pimp whose working girls have started going missing. Curious to investigate, Jun-ho sends one of his girls, Mi-jin, to the client he suspects is being involved. When she doesn't return, it's a race against the clock to prevent her murder. Number 6. Mother. The 2009 box office and critic favorite, Mother, was an early success story for the now acclaimed director, Bong Joon-ho. His gripping thriller follows the story of intellectually disabled man Yoon Do-jun and his protective mother. When Do-jun is implicated in the murder of a young local girl, his mother sets out to clear his name or find out the truth, whatever comes first. Director Bong Joon-ho manages to pull off a family drama, a tense crime thriller, and, at times, a hilarious satire, all at once. And that's no easy feat. Number 5. Train to Busan. It's been called the best zombie action movie since the 2004 remake of George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. And after just watching the frantic 2-hour bloodfest directed by Yong Sang-ho, Train to Busan lives up to this title in every way possible. In the initial moments of a zombie outbreak, it's learned early on that the city of Busan is a sanctuary from the undead plague. A small group of survivors fight their way to the front of the speeding train as zombies slowly infect everyone on board. Number 4. The Handmaiden. Inspired by the novel Fingersmith by Sarah Waters, The Handmaiden was a 2016 erotic psychological thriller directed by Park Chan-wook. Originally written as a Victorian-era story, it was adapted to Korean feudal times under Japanese rule. The story revolves around a handmaiden hired by a rich heiress that gets drawn into an intricate plot of murder, fraud, seduction, and robbery. Number 3. Oldboy. Another masterpiece by legendary director Park Chan-wook, Oldboy is a 2003 neo-noir action thriller with one of the most interesting plots in modern cinematography. The main character, Oh Dae-soo, has been held captive for unknown reasons by unknown kidnappers for 15 years. One day, he's suddenly released without any explanation and given a cell phone, money, and expensive clothes. He's given 5 days to discover who his jailers were, or will suffer a horrible fate. The film is expertly concocted, and it's no surprise it won the Grand Prix Award at the 2004 Cannes Film Festival. Number 2. Memories of Murder. Another successful Korean film based on a true story, Memories of Murder was released in 2003 and was directed by Bong Joon-ho. It covers Korea's first recorded serial murders, taking place in Hwasong between 1986 and 1991. Bong Joon-ho details the desperate and frustrating investigation into the crimes, never shying away from the ineptitude and brutality of the police. As with many of his films, it is filled with dark humor that slowly fades away as more bodies appear. It's the 4th most viewed film of all time in South Korea, and was recognized as the best Korean film of the century. Number 1. Parasite. Of course, the title of Best Korean Film was given out before the dramatic success of Bong Joon-ho's Oscar-winning Parasite late last year. This dark humor mixed with comedic thriller shows the story of the Kim family who slowly insert themselves as high-class service professionals to a wealthy family. Through subversion, lies, fraud, and some well-timed peach poisoning, the family slowly replace the incumbent help so they can benefit from their generous hosts. While the conflict may be predictable, the plot devices and character development surprise, shock, and exhilarate, making Parasite one of the best films in a very long time. It's no surprise that Parasite took home the Oscar for Best Picture, beating out Hollywood blockbusters with 20 times the box office revenue. And that's it for today's video. Have you seen any of these movies on this list? Did we miss any you think deserve to be on here? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, or if you learned something new, please don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. We're also releasing new content all the time, so if you want to be among the first to watch our regularly uploaded content, please smash that subscribe button on the right. If you're feeling particularly crazy, you can always ring that notification bell as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.